The AK-12 is the latest service rifle to be introduced into the Russian military, replacing the legendary and reliable Kalashnikov AK-74. This new carbine design is a direct competitor to the American-made M4 rifle and features a Picatinny rail for accessories, a folding telescopic buttstock, modern sighting solutions, increased range, and a 5.45 caliber magazine. And just as the Soviets and the Americans tried to outmatch each other during the infamous arms race decades ago, the A-12 and the M4 are already resurrecting a crucial rivalry with much more to give. The Kalashnikov legacy. The AK-12 is the fifth generation of Kalashnikov rifles. The iconic weapon legacy dates back to the last days of World War II, when the Soviet Union began working on an automatic device that could compete against the German-made STG-44, the world's first assault rifle. World War II veteran Mikhail Kalashnikov then developed a legendary rifle that would become synonymous with communist dictators, Russia, and the Soviet Union, the AK-47. From then on, the AK-47 would be shipped to every nation affiliated with the Soviet Union. Then, as the decades passed, the Soviet rifle was improved through several different iterations to make it more reliable and increase the damage of its already powerful 7.62mm cartridge. After the adoption of the M16 rifle by the US Army before the beginning of the Vietnam War, the Soviet Union compared the American rifle to the AKM variant, and Kalashnikov came up with the AK-74. This new assault rifle was an improved AKM model that switched the 7.62mm ammunition for a 5.56 caliber. The AK-74 was officially adopted by the USSR in 1974, and like its predecessors, it also received several upgrades throughout the years. Although it never matched the accuracy of the original M16A1 and its derivative, the M16A2, the AK-74 was still a close competitor regarding range, bullet velocity, and overall damage. In 1990, the rifle was updated as the AK-74M variant, featuring an enhanced muzzle device, a durable, smooth dust cover, and improved bolt and carrier assembly. Still, despite the improvements, the Russian Armed Forces announced in 2012 that plans were already underway to upgrade the AK-74 with a $690 billion modernization program. The AK-200 proposal. The project to replace the AK-74M can be traced back to May of 2010, when the Russian Ministry of Defense announced that a new AK-12 variant would be tested the following year. The new Kalashnikov weapon aimed to improve the ergonomics and flexibility of the previous generation. This early prototype, dubbed the AK-200, was presented to Vladimir Putin during his visits to the Izhmash, or Kalashnikov Concern arms manufacturing plant. The Russian ministry then announced that it would not buy the prototype until the army could figure out what to do with the millions of surplus AK-74Ms it had in storage. Nevertheless, the development of the new prototype continued with the Izhmash company, and preliminary tests began in November of 2012. The AK-200 physically resembled the AK-74M, but it could use different calibers by swapping its barrels. In addition, it could fire 5.45, 5.56, and 7.62mm cartridges. The rifle had a telescoping buttstock that was in line with the barrel for adequate recoil control, and it also featured a stock latch to fold the stock to either side. The cocking handle was also different and could be attached to both sides for ambidextrous use. More importantly, the AK-200 included Picatinny rails for mounting accessories and a more ergonomic pistol grip. Moreover, it had an automatic rate of fire of 650 rounds that could be increased to 1,000 rounds when using the 3-round hyperburst setting. Acceptance trials of the AK-200 began in June of 2013, and between 2014 and 2015, the Russian military conducted several tests with the weapon. By September of 2016, Kalashnikov Concern announced that the latest derivative of the AK-12 prototype would be accepted into the Army. This standard variant was the AK-400 prototype. The AK-400 design. The AK-400 prototype had two models, and they were chambered in 5.45 and 5.62mm cartridges. They were also based around the time-tested Kalashnikov design to ensure their rugged style and outstanding reliability. Still, the most significant innovation of the definitive prototype resides in its barrel, which is no longer mounted on the lower rifle's handguard with a stamped steel retainer. Instead, the handguard is attached to the receiver, and a rigid, non-removable gas tube allows the barrel to remain isolated and vibrate without restrictions. This improvement gives the AK-400 increased accuracy, something that the AKs have always struggled with compared to the American M16 and M4. Like earlier versions, the AK-400 also incorporates the new ambidextrous safety and fire mode selection lever, and it has 4 options: full auto, semi-auto, 3-round burst, and safe. They can all be activated with the thumb without the need to release the pistol grip, which has storage for an internal maintenance kit. The modernized dust cover has also proved a welcome change, as it is reinforced and more stable for mounting optics on the top rail. And although the AK-400 accepts AK-74 magazines, a new magazine version has been developed for the new rifle. AK-12 variants. When the AK-400 was accepted by the Russian military, the 5.45mm rifle was designated AK-12, while the 7.62mm rifle was dubbed AK-15. Both versions had some minor changes compared to the AK-400 prototype. First, the new box magazines are backward compatible with both calibers and feature a slant angle on the rear for a more stable contact with the ground when soldiers go prone. The new magazine also has witness portions at 10, 15, 20, and 25 rounds to allow the operator to see the current ammunition count, and features an improved telescoping buffered stock that resembles the one used by the M4 carbine. Also, the 3-round burst was swapped for a more accurate 2-round burst. According to Kalashnikov Concern, the AK-12 weighs 3.7 kilograms, has a rate of fire of 700 rounds a minute, and an approximate range of 800 meters, with a maximum length of 935 millimeters with the buttstock unfolded. Another variant still under development is the AK-308, a battle rifle chambered in a 7.62 by 57mm cartridge with 20 rounds. It features a diopter sightline and a stretched design with a length of 970 millimeters to handle the additional bolt thrust of the higher caliber. AK-12 versus M4. Specialists from Kalashnikov Concern have recently pitched the AK-12 against the M4 to decide which rifle is the more powerful weapon, but there hasn't been a conclusive resolution, as the answer depends on several factors and variables. Kalashnikov specialist Georgy Gubich compared the weapons in several areas, including recoil, accuracy, range, and exposure to the environment. Most tests showed that the weapons achieved similar results. Gubich noted that it all came down to personal choice, adding that the M4 has reduced weight and better ergonomics, while the AK-12 has less recoil and more reliable controls. Whatever the case, it appears as though Russia has finally come up with a new AK design that will last for decades, just like its legendary ancestor. Thank you for watching our video. Please like and subscribe to our Dark Documentaries channels to find more exciting military and history-inspired content. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified of our newest videos. Stay tuned.